Hello and welcome to a new lesson, Types of Morphemes. In this lesson, we will talk about free morphemes and bound morphemes. Lecture 53. Let's dive into the lesson. The first is definition of free morphemes. A morpheme that can stand alone as a word without another morpheme is known as free morpheme. We have another point in this direction. It does not need anything attached to it to make a word. We have some more ideas. It is independent. It is free. It has its own identity and meaning. So free morpheme is a type of morpheme that does not need the help of any other word, any other letter or letters or prefix or suffix to make it a morpheme. Now let's understand this concept with examples of free morpheme. What are they? Look at cat. It's free morpheme. Why? Because independently it conveys its own meaning. It has its own identity. This word itself does not need the help of any other prefix or suffix or a letter or letters to add to its meaning. Likewise, we have run, we have book, talk, ball, go, read, word, pen, speak, and write. You can see they are known as free morphemes because they are independent. They carry their own identity. They carry their own message. We move on to the next, that is definition of bound morpheme. What's that? It cannot stand alone. It must be attached or bound to another morpheme, usually a free morpheme, to convey its meaning or fulfill its grammatical function. It lacks independent lexical or functional status. So the bound morpheme itself suggests that it is bound. It is linked. It is attached to complete its meaning with the free morpheme. It does not have its independent identity or it does not convey its own message independently. Now let's understand this concept with examples of bound morpheme. We have a word unkind. Un is an example of bound morpheme, while kind is a lexical morpheme because un is attached to the word kind and then becomes another word unkind. Likewise, we have sadness. We have sad and we have ness. Books, we have the book and then we have bound morpheme s. Disagree, the bound morpheme dis, and we have the word agree. We have quickly, we have the word quick, and then we have ly. So what we notice, un in unkind, ness in sadness, s in books, dis in disagree, ly in quickly, these are all bound morphemes. They independently do not convey their own meaning. They are normally attached to free morphemes to complete their sense of meaning. That is the point here. Now let's talk about types of free morphemes. What are they? The first one is lexical morphemes and the second one is functional morphemes. Let's talk about lexical morphemes. Lexical morphemes are a type of free morpheme. We have another point. They carry the primary content or meaning of a message. They are often called open class morphemes. They can stand alone as words. They are generally nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. So lexical morphemes are normally independent. They carry their own identity and message. Now let's see functional morphemes. Functional morphemes function as grammatical structure of a sentence. They often consist of articles, prepositions, pronouns, and conjunctions. They act as the glue to connect lexical words together in a sentence. They don't refer to physical objects such as nouns, qualities such as adjectives, or actions such as verbs. Instead, they define relationships of time, space, quantity, or connection in a sentence. So these are the two types of free morphemes. Now, let's try to understand each one of them with examples for better comprehension and knowledge. Examples of lexical morphemes. We have the nouns because lexical morphemes are generally nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs because they carry their own meaning. They are independent. For examples, girl is noun. It carries its own meaning. Likewise, we have house, tiger. Adjectives we have happy, sad, cold. Verbs we have go, read, write. Adverbs we have sadly, quickly, and often. So these are the examples of lexical morphemes, because lexical morphemes normally refer to those words belonging to nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Now we move on to the examples of functional morphemes, and they normally refer to articles, prepositions, pronouns, and conjunctions. How? Let's see the examples. Articles we have a, an, the. Prepositions we have to, from, on. Likewise, pronouns we have so many, but here we have some examples like he, she, it. And conjunctions we have and, but, and, or. So these are the examples of functional morphemes. Why? Because they function as a grammatical word to fill in the gaps, to complete the meaning of the sentence. Now let's move on to the next, that is to say, types of bound morphemes. What are they? We have derivational morphemes, and then we have inflectional morphemes. Now, these morphemes derive or create new words. That's why we call them derivational morphemes. What do they convey? They typically change the part of a speech or the core meaning of the base word. That is the definition of derivational morphemes. Now, we have inflectional morphemes. These do not create new words or change the part of a speech. Instead, they provide grammatical information such as tense, number, or degree. Now, let's understand this concept with examples of derivational morphemes. Number one. What is the number one? The idea is change of part of a speech without changing its meaning. For examples, we have adjective and then we have noun. We have the word kind as adjective, but when we change this word from adjective to noun, we add ness. It becomes kindness. So what we notice is that the part of a speech changes from adjective to noun, but the meaning still remains the same. The essence of meaning remains the same. The meaning does not change at all. Just the form of the word changes. Grammatical function of the word changes from adjective to noun. Likewise, we have examples. Possible. We have the noun possibility. We have modern. We have modernism. We have the word wide, and then we have the word width. So ness in kindness, ility in possibility, ism in modernism, th in width, they are all the examples of derivational morphemes. And the first definition of derivational morpheme is that it does not change the meaning. It just changes the form of the word. It just changes the part of a speech of the word from adjective to noun. Now we move on to the second examples of derivational morphemes. What's that? Change of meaning of word by adding prefix. We have the word pure, it's adjective, but when we add prefix im, it becomes impure. So here we notice that we don't change the part of a speech. Both the words remain adjectives, but here we add im as derivational morphemes and the meaning is completely changed from pure to impure, because pure is a positive word and impure is a negative word. Now we take another example, respect, and then we add disrespect. The meaning changes, but the form remains the same as verb. Likewise, possible. Now we have impossible. Meaning changes, but the form remains the same as adjective. Lucky, and then we have the word unlucky. Meaning changes, but the form of the word remains the same. The part of a speech of the word remains the same. Likewise, we have able, and then we can have unable or unable, in whatever way you want to use. So the idea is that by adding prefixes, we change the meaning of the word without changing the form of the word, without changing the nature of the part of a speech of the word. That is the point here. Now, third examples of inflectional morphemes. What are they? They do not change the core meaning of the word. We have some more ideas. They tell us if a word is singular or plural, if it is past tense or not, and if it is a comparative form of adjective or not. How? Let's see with examples. We have apostrophe s, and we can add it to the words like Toms, Davids, Williams, etc. What does it show? It shows possessive case, possession. What we notice, by adding suffix apostrophe s, we do not change the core meaning of the word. Likewise, we have another example. S, we have like in books, pens, boys, etc. What we notice, we change from singular to plural without changing the essence of the meaning of the word. Then we have another example of ed. What we notice, we have played, looked, opened, and we change from present into past tense. Again, what we notice is that we do not change the core meaning of the word. We just change the form of the verb from present to past. Likewise, we have er in the words like happier, merrier, uglier, etc. So, it is a comparative form of adjective from positive, like happy, happier, merry, merrier, ugly, uglier. So the meaning remains the same, but we change in the formation of adjective from positive to comparative. That is the point here. And these are the roles inflectional morphemes play in the formation of a word. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.